Everyone wants the silver bullet for making sales on Faire. That's why you're watching this video, right? You want to increase your sales on Faire. Well, you are in the right place because this channel is all about giving you the tools and advice to grow your sales on the Faire B2B marketplace. And I'm here to bring you bad news and good news. The bad news is there is no silver bullet. However, the good news is there are many little silver bullets that all need to work together in harmony to make your account grow. I cover off all of these little silver bullets on this channel, so do make sure you're subscribed for weekly advice on helping you grow on Faire. And one thing that can really help with your sales, and I'm going to cover it off in this video, is the Faire customer filters. A lot of people don't know this, but there is some actually really powerful segmentation behind your customer database on Faire, and you can use it to your advantage. You can use this segmentation and the data that surrounds your customers to help you personalize your marketing even further. So now I'm going to take you through some of the filters available and give you some ideas on how you can use them in your business. Okay, so once you're in your customer tab, if you click filter, you'll be given all these different types of filters to use, and there's so many, so we're going to dive into each one. Abandoned cart is your first one, and it's a really good one. So you can filter your customers based on items they have in their cart. So if I go items greater than 0, that means I'm filtering for anyone that has anything in their cart. And I like to use the last 7 days. This is because it's quite a fresh cart. They've only abandoned it recently. If you're going for something in the last 30, 60 days, not sure what the reasoning would be on there that they haven't checked out, but last 7 days, it feels like they're still in that decision mode. Either they got distracted or they weren't sure of certain questions that they had, and so something stopped them from purchasing. So this is now the ripe time to dive in there and actually service that account and be like, hey, I can see you've got items in your cart, just here if you've got any questions. So that message that you send doesn't need to be super pushy. It's just to say, hey, I'm here if you've got any questions. And I always get a lot of responses on that one. They're usually people just saying thank you. Sometimes they actually do place the order. Just remember that these are busy business owners that are on these accounts. So possibly they just ran out of time. Sometimes it might be they came up against a blocker or something that's, stopping them from purchasing. And that is why you want to be there servicing, to say, hey, do you have any questions? Because Faire has made wholesale very transactional. So they are less likely to just reach out to you. If they have a question, they might just shop with someone else. So you do want to go in there and make sure you're servicing these accounts. We tend to send messages to this filter group once a week. You can also filter your customers based on order history, which is a really valuable thing to do. It's really worthwhile because there'll be some customers in there that could be really valuable to you, and your current customer database is where you're most likely to get sales from. So yes, of course, you want to go after new customers, lead generation, customer acquisition, really important, but you also want to be servicing your current customer database. Are there customers in there that ordered from you over 60 days ago and they ordered a lot and then you haven't heard anything from them since? Because you really should be contacting them to understand why they haven't bought again yet, updating them if you've got any new collections. So it's a really good customer segment to go after. So if I show you here, if you click on order history, you've got loads of different filters here. So total orders, when they last ordered. So if you go 60 plus days ago, and if you've got someone in there, you can add in the amount. So if you say if someone is ordering over £500 and they haven't ordered in over 60 days, you really should be contacting them. And it's at this point you can then get that segment in there. You can send them an email, you can Faire DM, you can send them an email from your own platform, a third party like MailChimp or Klaviyo. You could send them a message on another platform, maybe it's Instagram, maybe you tag them in something, maybe you give them a call. Like if they're a big customer and they really haven't ordered in that long, maybe you jump on the phone to them. Another thing you'd be able to do in your order history is find customers who recently ordered. So if they placed an order, say in the last 7 days, you could find them and see if they've submitted a review or not. So, and it comes up here. So we now know we've got 5 customers who've placed an order in the last 7 days and they haven't left a review. So we need to look at that and do understand your lead times within this as well. Potentially if you've got longer lead times, you need to look at 30 plus days ago and understand, have those customers had a chance to receive their order, understand if there's any issues with it, unpack it, maybe even start selling it. And if they haven't submitted a review, then they're ripe for the picking, really, to go after them and send a message to say, hey, how is everything with your order? Is it selling okay? And please leave us a review. Remember, reviews are really important in the Faire algorithm. Another filter which is handy to look at is Faire Direct. So if you look at this filter, there's loads of different options in here. So you can go after people that have got credit expiring soon, or if the credit's been extended, if they've got free shipping. But one that's really useful is if they are on Faire, true or false. So if you're going after and finding your own leads, which you absolutely should be, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do you get so many sales on Faire? Well, we go and find them. We are going out there and we're finding thousands of emails fantastic. And then we're putting them through flows. There's plenty of videos on my channel, so make sure you subscribe and we'll give you like loads more information about how to do customer acquisition, how to email them. But once you've got those leads, so if you are doing that, you can upload them to Faire Direct. Faire will then tell you if that account is on Faire or not already. And the good thing about this is if they're already on Faire, slightly easier sale because they understand what Faire is, they're already using it, so it might be easier to convert them. The language you use and how you speak to them is different. If they're not on Faire, it might be slightly harder to convert because possibly they don't want to be on Faire, so you can kind of have that conversation with them about why they're not on Faire. Are they scared of it? I know there's quite a few retailers out there who are still not wanting to use this kind of technology, so maybe they just need a helping hand, or they might just not really know about it yet. Like it feels like Faire is such a big thing, but it is still a relatively new player in the game, especially in the UK and Europe. It's only just about 3 years old. So if they're not on Faire, you can then have that conversation and also use the Faire offers that are available at the time, because it's either 50% off or maybe there's some credit or there's some free shipping available. So do make sure you're making the most of those offers. Okay, so the next bit I want to talk about is store details. So there's a few different ones in here, so you can segment your marketing based on this. It could be location. Store type is another good one that you might want to do some tailored marketing. So for example, you could go in here and let's say spa, salon, beauty store. Now this is only really relevant for accounts that have self-selected that on Faire. So they are on Faire and they have told Faire what type of store they are. So it's not always relevant, but it is useful to go in and have a look, because you can then tailor your marketing to that. You might look at those salons and decide, actually, I have a part of my range that is perfect for a salon and I want to target them only with a campaign. So, you know, you can have the subject lines as like, hey, does your salon need more makeup? Whatever that title might be. You can tell I'm not a copywriter. And there's loads of different ways to do that. Another thing you can do in here is look at the commission status. So use this to understand, actually, are your leads coming through, especially your Faire Direct ones, are they getting your 0% commission? It's something that we check on each order as they come through, but if you're not, maybe check it once a week to show, are my leads coming through as 0%? If they're not using your Faire Direct link, potentially they came through as marketplace instead. The customer doesn't know that. That's not on them to check that. They come through as 25% on Faire. It is now the time is to kind of go in and prove that they are your customer and not Faire's. I also want to add on these store details is it's great for analysis to understand who your customer base are. Use it to kind of analyze who are your best customers, like who is buying thousands of dollars or pounds worth of stock from you, and look at them, analyze them, and understand what kinds of stores are they, where are they based, because that should aid your lead generation. Like what other stores can you go after that fit into those categories, and that can give you a head start. So that is Faire filters for you. As you can see, there are a few in there, so go and have a play with them. Use them to segment your database, to send messages, to send emails, to do some analysis. It's a really useful feature Faire have. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please tell us in the comments and let us know if you've got any further questions, because we use your feedback to create future content. Subscribe to this channel and we will help you and your business grow on Faire, and I'll see you in the next video.